Snowdrop was a little polar bear cub with bright eyes and a playful heart. He lived on the icy edge of the Arctic with his loving mother, Nuna, who taught him how to walk on snow, sniff the wind, and listen to the whispers of the ice. One night, as the sky howled and snow spun like torn feathers, a fierce blizzard struck. The wind was so wild that Snowdrop was blown away from his mother's warm side. He tumbled behind a drift, and by the time he stood up and called out, she was gone. "Mama," he cried into the storm. But only the roar of the wind answered. When the storm cleared, everything looked white and endless. Snowdrop was all alone. His tummy growled. His paws were cold. But he remembered his mother's voice, "Stay calm. Keep moving. Trust your nose." So Snowdrop did just that. He began walking. Every paw step was slow and heavy. He sniffed the air for signs of food. He looked for seals, fish, or even leftover scraps from other animals. The first few days, he found nothing but ice and wind. On the fifth day, tired and hungry, Snowdrop spotted a snowy hill moving. It wasn't a hill, it was a sleeping Arctic fox with a small pile of fish nearby. Snowdrop didn't want to steal, but he was starving. He crept forward gently. But, snap, he stepped on a stick. The fox woke up, startled. "I'm sorry. I'm just a cub," cried Snowdrop. "I haven't eaten in days." The fox tilted her head. "Take one fish," she said, "but remember kindness travels far." Snowdrop bowed gratefully and ate the cold, delicious fish. It gave him strength. One afternoon, a giant male polar bear stomped onto Snowdrop's path. His eyes were sharp. He smelled Snowdrop and growled, thinking he was a threat. Snowdrop stood his ground, though his paws trembled. "I don't want to fight, sir," said the cub. "I'm just looking for my mother." The bear lunged, but Snowdrop remembered his mother's training. He rolled under the snow, dodged the charge, and scrambled up a snowy ledge. The big bear slipped, and thudded into a snowbank. When he got up, he gave a long look at the cub. Then he huffed and walked away. Snowdrop had survived. One cold night, Snowdrop curled under a ridge of snow, too tired to walk. The sky lit up with green and purple northern lights. They danced and shimmered like magic ribbons. "Mama must be looking at these too," he whispered, feeling hope. Just then, he heard a sound in the distance. A low rumble. A growl? No. A voice. Snowdrop. He shot up. He knew that voice. "Mama," he called, leaping through the snow. From behind a snowy boulder came Nuna, her fur crusted with frost, her eyes wide with joy. They ran into each other's arms and cuddled tight, not letting go. Nuna had searched every night and day. Snowdrop told her everything, about the fox, the bear, the hunger, the lights. "You are so brave, my cub," she said, nuzzling him. "You found your way by remembering what I taught you, and by believing in yourself." From that day on, Snowdrop was no longer just a playful cub, he was a survivor, a seeker, and a symbol of strength. And even though the Arctic was still wild and cold, Snowdrop knew, no storm could ever blow away his courage again. Moral of the story: even the smallest among us can face the biggest storms. With courage, kindness, and hope, we can survive anything, and find our way back to love.